I am Emuna Zamani, and I'm recording out of Second Life. Throughout this video, you'll hear me reference SL. If you're not a resident of Second Life, you may not know that SL means Second Life. I'm not trying to insult anyone's intelligence, but I just wanted to make sure that I was being there and told you that in advance. Today is December 1st, and my beloved real father would have been 70 years old today. So happy birthday, Big C. I miss you, and I feel you near me when you come around. And I just thank you and all of my ancestors for the support that you've been giving me. And I hope whatever you do to celebrate your birthday, you're doing it with all of our family and you are in a place of love. So for everyone else, I just thought this would be the perfect day for me to birth a series that I've been speaking about for almost 2 years. The series is called Being Black in Second Life, and my initial want for this series was that I was going to touch on issues that people that are black in real life deal with when they come into a virtual world such as Second Life. But then I came upon something else, and I think it needs to be discussed or, brought to the attention of people that want to listen or watch. So it's going to kind of change the flavor of my series, but that's okay. So today I wanted to discuss colorism, and it's been something that's been on my heart for a while, but I think some things needed to happen in Second Life first. And I've noticed that some bloggers have been going in at each other and some designers, and I hear certain words being tossed around, so I think now is the perfect time. And trust me, what I have to say is not the gospel on anything. It's just my opinion. I have no problem with anyone, disagreeing with me. You can do it on Facebook with me. You can do it on my channel. As long as you're respectful, it's fine. I may learn something out of it. So not agreeing is perfectly okay. I don't expect everyone to agree with me. And then I'm going to do very little editing on this because I want this conversation to be as raw as it possibly can, because I think it's important. Not many people seem to understand there's a difference between colorism and racism. So we're not speaking about racism, it's colorism, which is basically defined as someone with darker skin being discriminated against. Now, other groups of people have said that they face some type of colorism, and I don't disagree with that. It's just that the definition of colorism that I know and is more so accepted is someone of darker skin being discriminated against. About a week ago, maybe it's been a week, I had a conversation with a young lady on my Facebook page, and she lives in Europe, and she said that she has a very pale skin, and where she lives, she's pressured to get tan. She's pressured to hide her freckles. So could that be a form of colorism? I mean, it's definitely not right. So maybe the term colorism will change, or it'll have some subsections to it. I don't know, but that's definitely not right to either. So I definitely empathize with her, and I don't know her, but proud of her for speaking up on things that she faces as someone that's not following what's norm in her culture, and she's just perfectly fine with being her beautiful self, which I admire. So the question that I'm bringing is, does colorism exist in SL? My personal opinion is that not as much as people think, and that's because people confuse colorism with racism. So let's just start with skin makers. Now, a lot of skin makers who, from what I know, many of them are non-black. So for a lot of skin makers, they don't offer dark tones. I actually can respect that, because if you know it takes a lot of work to make a darker skin tone and you're not willing to put in that work, I appreciate you not making it, because those ashy skins that I see going around, remind me of a time when someone like me who is dark skinned, has dark skin, I would have to color a skin and it looked totally awful, but I wanted to be who I wanted to be in SL. So, I dealt with that until we had better skins like the one that I'm wearing. So I accept skin makers not making a skin that they can't do well. Now, the ones that are poorly made, yeah, that's not colorism. That's just being insensitive. Because if you can make these other skins, gorgeous, but you take the darker ones and just throw out whatever, it's just not right for someone that, that's them. They're a darker tone in real life, and they want to be that in the cell. And then to go even further, I've seen some skin makers that are black that make some awful darker skins as well. So this is not just, something that non-black skin makers do. So basically my opinion is, if you can't make it well, just don't. And you don't have to explain that to anybody, but I think when you make a poor skin, it just sets the wrong tone, especially for those of us that are darker skinned. So then I'm going to move on now to bloggers, and we'll just start. I'm going to do this in sections because this is going to go to a part 2. For bloggers that are non-black, when they blog dark skins, black skins, is that blackface? I don't think it is. And here's why. When you compare virtual life and, games and things like that to real life, that you have to remember the realm that you're in. A lot of people come into these worlds to have different experiences. And some people, they want to, be a different ethnicity in a virtual world. I don't really see anything that's wrong with that, because take me, I love Asian culture. And it started out because Asian people have suffered so much just in the U.S. alone, but they have this pride and this thrive about them that, you just can't keep us down. And I admire that. I admire the Asian culture like I want people to admire my culture as a black woman. But you won't see me wearing an Asian skin, I don't think, or, doing things that I find inappropriate, because I don't want to offend a culture that I respect so much. So getting back to bloggers wearing black skins, if you are doing something in appreciation, it doesn't really offend me. Because I see a lot of bloggers, and let's keep in mind, if you're blogging for a skin maker, you're going to want to show the different types of skin that the skin maker makes. And I see many bloggers that they go so far beyond to make the darker skins just look even more beautiful than when they got them, with the accessories, and they find the right hair and the right makeup. They're not just throwing a look together. So I appreciate that as a black woman. Now, I have seen something that bothers me. There's one person that I see on a particular application, and I've noticed that when her views and likes get low, she puts on a darker skin, a black skin, and then she kind of throws a look together, and it's almost like she's stereotyping. And a few times she's tagged me in it, and it's really like pissed me off, because I'm like, you think because you have on a black skin I'm going to support this? You look a hot ass mess, first of all. Sorry about the camera, guys. I'm not going to support that. So when I see someone doing that, that bothers me. That really bothers me. But is that colorism? It's not. She's being disrespectful, and she is, to me, she's almost about to come over the line of blackface, because what goes along with blackface is like you kind of, what you think being black is, you kind of incorporate that into the look, you know. And some of even the scenes that she's put together is just really disrespectful. And have I said something? Yeah, I have. So I'm surprised she's still connected to me on the application. I'm not going to go through the thing of removing her because I just don't care. But that's still, you know, not colorism in my eyes. They're borderline going on blackface. So where I'm going to leave this now, because I wanted to keep this short, and I wanted to give people, it's pretty early on Saturday. I want to give people a chance to watch the video, comment under it in YouTube or on my Facebook. And then I'm going to do a part 2, because I'm going to go into what we call the black community of SL. And I'm going to discuss if maybe colorism is more so there than what we call the white community of SL. And trust me, I'm not trying to cause any division. I'm just, you know, being open and honest. And is it there? I mean, you guys can even speak on that before I do the video. I have no problem with it. So, and another thing I want to say, this forum is open to anyone that wants to voice their opinion. I will accept it. I will be grateful that you take any time out to give me your side or your views, because it's important. We spend a lot of time in this virtual world, and we should make it as comfortable as we can. And too many people, including myself, deal with things in real life that we can't control. So we have a more controlled environment here. And it's not going to be perfect, but we can do the best that we can to keep it peaceful and enjoyable. I hope that everyone has a good day. I look forward to reading your comments. And please stay tuned for part 2 of colorism in my Being Black in Second Life series. Thank you.